Since they've nerfed it, it's just not a big deal. Especially if you're gonna just cheese it with poison arrows like I am. When I'm shooting something just to get it poisoned, I really don't care if I get hit by it. Like with these guys, I don't care that I'm gonna get hit by their spells. I have more than enough Estus and healing things to just ignore it. Which is another thing. Once, like, I really don't need... Look at it this way. You have life gems that'll heal you, you have Estus that'll heal you. And then you have the two different types of charms that'll both heal you. And then you have Crimson and Rouge water, which will heal you. There's just so many items. There's Divine Blessings that'll heal you. And as far as I know, there's no reason to ever use a Divine Blessing in this game. Because I know I'm pretty sure I've died from Curse. And I think I just used a Humanity. Or a Human Effigy. And I was fine. I don't think I remained cursed. And I know I've died from Petrify, and that doesn't do anything. But I don't think it did in the other game, too, so I don't know. Like, I get it, in the beginning of the game, you don't really have much to heal yourself with if you're messing up. But... like, there's a boss fight coming up. And... I really don't care about using Estus. It's just... it's not gonna affect anything. And I'm not gonna rest at another bonfire. There is another bonfire, but I'm not gonna rest at it before the boss fight. I'm just not worried about my health. Now I know there's I guess I can't see him, but there are sorcerers over there. There's another Estus Flash Shard over here. And you can get the spell Sunlight Blade, which, if you're going Faith, what that'll do is it gives you, effectively, the, lightning resin, the gold pine resin on your weapon. And it'll, like, crackle lightning and everything, so it looks cool. I don't know if there's actually a difference in terms of damage between using a resin or casting one of the spells, but... so you can see him just staring into the water. If you can see the drop-off point where the water gets darker, if I fall into that, I instantly die. I think their intention was to have players use a torch here, or rather, for players to use torches at all, besides for lighting something. But it's just not really necessary. Like, you can clearly see the drop-off point, so just don't go there. I think I'm using the normal brightness settings, whatever it starts at. So, I'm assuming if I can see it, then you can see it, unless you've messed with the brightness settings of the game. I suppose it would be cool to turn the brightness all the way down and be forced to use torches, like you probably were meant to, but I don't know. It's a cool mechanic that sounded good on paper, but it wasn't executed correctly in the game. Go ahead and aggro those guys. And I'll shoot these people. I don't know why I was getting out of the zoom when I was using the bow. That happens again. Yeah, for some reason that happens a lot here. I think it's just me like getting nervous and trying to dodge the magic even though I know it's really not a big deal. I don't know. So this NPC summon, Felicia the Brave, is awesome. Felicia uses a lance, does a bunch of damage. She has a pretty smart AI for an NPC. She'll actually use Estus flasks and things. And she's just brutal. She makes this part an absolute joke if you're using her. I know there's a guy right here. There he is. Go ahead and fight him. Yep. Go back to poisoning the sorcerers. This thing's still not dead. Okay. Okay, it's the other one. Hiding behind a giant flower. Now, I don't know if you can see it from here, but the end of the level, there's a drop-off point right there. And I think she should have fell off, but for some reason she didn't. I'm not really complaining, I'm just saying. Okay, now this one, as far as I know, that one will just stand around and wait until it can use a heal spell. So, it won't do any sorceries or anything like that on you, it'll just wait to try to heal the NPCs around it. Okay, and there is a hippo guarding something over here, so we're gonna go kill it. Let the stamina regen first. Alright. The life ring +2. Alright. Go ahead and put that on. Okay, and there's an item to the right of this, but I'm gonna get Felicia to aggro on these mushroom things. just because I don't want her to be behind me, because there is a drop-off point right here that's really close to the path, and I don't want to accidentally fall off or accidentally make her fall off. Because if I can, I want to keep her around until the boss fight. This smoke will break your equipment. You can actually hear her equipment breaking, but it doesn't actually affect her. She'll keep doing the same amount of damage, and as far as I know, she still takes the same amount of damage. Like, she still has the same physical resistance and everything, so not that big of a deal. So this guy will break equipment if you go up and fight him. Pretty much regardless. If it's like I think if it has like less than 40 or 50 durability, it's gonna break. So your best bet if you're melee is once again throwing knives. Trying to get her to move back so she'll stop just getting hit. Okay. Nice. Wow. I'm gonna let her go ahead and start attacking all those guys while I get rid of the last sorcerer. Okay. This is a spellcaster one, so she'll try to do hexes and stuff, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. And she really doesn't do very much damage, so the only thing with her is if you hit her, then she'll roll, which is, I mean, all it does is delay the inevitable, but it's still annoying. Okay. So I think this is a sorcery. I think it's one of the homing ones. Yeah, homing crystal soul mass. So those can be pretty good in PvP. Like I said, I haven't messed around too much with magic, so I don't know. But as far as I know, the having one of those up and making people roll and then hitting them with a magic greatsword thing seems to be the current theme for sorcery. So definitely a good spell to have for that. Okay, make sure you talk to that one, because that will, if you just kill her, then there's an area in this part that you won't actually be able to go to. So, Don't attack her, just talk to her. Especially if you want to get the Manslayer katana, you need to get into that area. As you can probably guess, the boss is immune everywhere besides for the human-looking bits. So all you do is make her attack, run away. I've never actually seen that attack before. There we go. I'm a little cautious with that because there is one that she'll only do 2 attacks, and there's another one where she'll do 4. So just to make sure I don't mess up and get caught into one of those combos, I do make sure that it's just a 2-hit first. There we go. Still not really having a problem with the bosses or anything. The mace is staying true to its reputation as a very, very strong item. And we're just going to grab this bonfire, but we're not going to go to this area yet. Gonna get this chest first. But, you actually need to be hollow to go to this area, assuming you've talked to that siren, you didn't just kill her. So, since we're not hollow now, and I don't really want to just kill myself and waste time, we're just gonna keep going. Okay, there's a bonfire on this side. And I'm actually going to hang on to these souls because there's a vendor coming up that I want to get a few items from. Alright, these are, I guess, Ladia witches. And they can cast any type of spell, so they can do faith, they can do sorcery, they can do hexes, and they can do pyromancies. They're really not that big of a deal on New Game. New Game Plus, they get a little more annoying because there's these massive shield guys that we're going to run into in a bit that are blocking the path, so you got to deal with them, but still not that bad. And here is the vendor. We're also going to be able to summon him for an upcoming boss fight, so I don't know if that's automatic or if you have to exhaust his dialogue first, but just to be sure, I always exhaust the dialogue. So, just gonna buy all of his human effigies, because you can never have too many. And maybe those gloves will look good. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go down here and get these items. I think I heard one of the guys fall. There's an item called the Crushed Eye Orb up here, which is kind of cool. It shows like another storyline going on with one of the NPCs. We're not gonna get into it right now, but maybe at the end I'll go ahead and do it. We'll find out. And here's another path. It's actually really cool. There's a thing that you can light up down here, which will light up the entire bottom of the crypt, so you can look around more. And you can use it to resurrect the second boss that is optional in this area. So if you don't want to have to fully clear everything again, you can just use a bonfire ascetic there and summon the guy that you want. I don't want to say who it is in case there's anyone who hasn't played the game. I don't want to put any spoilers in. But then again, this isn't really the playthrough you should watch, since I am skipping all the dialogue and all the cinematics, so... Not exactly going to get a good idea of what's going on by watching this one. So I'm just taking a short break right there. Now I'm back. And these things. So these things can summon these badass sorcerer guys. Since we do not want that to happen by any means, we're going to go ahead and destroy them. Once we destroy the statues don't come back unless we burn a bonfire ascetic. So, for the purposes of this playthrough, once we take them out, they're gone. We don't have to deal with them again. They're not an issue in this area, but later on, they're quite a big problem. That was close. Oh, really? Oh. Just when you thought poison would never come back, it comes back. Now these guys, they cast spells, but they also have a very strong 3-hit combo with their sword. So... it's not really a big deal when there's just one of them, but when there's a bunch of them, it's real easy to mess up and take a ton of damage. That's the 3-hit combo, so probably took out 3/4 of my health, or something around that. Now that I took out all of the stone things in this area, I'm just gonna repair my weapon by resting at the bonfire. And I'm gonna put this one on, so my weapon will last a little longer. Because I know there's more of those things I need to take care of. So, I really need the mace to make sure that the mace will be okay. Now there's these ghost guys in there. And here's our good friend, Nameless Usurper, again. Usurper, whatever it is. I'm gonna try to parry it. It's not so low. There we go. Of course I gotta take care of that guy. Ouch. See what I mean? Most NPCs can only do a 3-hit combo, because she's using a dagger and they attack so fast, she'll recover from her 3-hit combo within a second, and then she'll attack again. So, that's really... that Red Phantom, and the one right before the Chariot boss. Those are the two. If I'm gonna get killed by a Red Phantom, it's one of these two. I'm gonna kill this guy so I don't have to deal with him. There he is again. Try to do the parries again. There we go. God damn. Get out. I'm not gonna play around with him anymore, I'm just gonna kill him. Okay, and there is an invisible wall right here, which contains the one and only Avalon. They've nerfed it, so it's not that big of a deal anymore. But this thing used to be incredible, and I hated everyone who used it. I absolutely hated them. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, these are the shield guys that I mentioned earlier. So I'm just gonna throw a couple of these at them, try to get them aggroed. There we go. These guys have a pretty long reach with some of their attacks, considering they're just using great shields. So they can be a big deal, but right now I'm just a little too strong with the mace, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. Here is the death room. There's these bells, and if these guys hit the bell, it rings it, and it'll summon every single one of these guys that's in this place, which is, I think, 6. So, unfortunately there is some stuff over there, so I am going to clear all of that out, but I'm going to go ahead and run out of there and heal first, because I don't think they follow you all the way out here. Again. And there's 2 different bells, so it's... Whew, okay, don't die. It's almost inevitable that they're gonna ring a bell, and you're gonna have to fight at least 3 of these guys. If you're gonna die anywhere in the Undead Crypt, it's probably gonna be right here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy. This isn't a good spot to be, but hopefully we can, there we go. Alright, I think this is the last one left. Alright. Get out. Look at this. And I don't really care about chugging Estus right now, because I will be resting at the bonfire again. What we're doing right now is actually... well, we're gonna get the last of the items here first, but we are opening up a shortcut. From the most previous bonfire we've lit to where we need to go for the boss. See, they just love ringing that bell. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and open the shortcut. And the only reason this fog gate is up is because I didn't use it to get into this area, because I went down into the, I guess the secret way. But all it does is puts us right back here near this bonfire. And with that, we're gonna go straight to the boss now. There's a guy under the stairs with another bell, and it'll summon, I think, 4 of those spellcaster dudes if you don't kill him before he hits the bell. So definitely remember to do that, because you've already got to kill, what is it, 7 enemies before you get to the boss, so you don't want to have to kill 11 instead.